So now on to the least popular and least profitable and least marketable Ghibli movie. Now, this is actually one of the few Ghibli movies I have watched, but I barely remember any of it. My older brother rocked this Adventure Time version of the shirt, like it was the hottest topic ever. So anyways, the movie starts with the kids trudging along the road in this cool looking bike car truck thing, which seems a little dumb, but if it works, it works, you know. I can't even drive, so who am I to criticize Studio Ghibli for spicing up their automobiles? The girls are called Mei and Satsuki, and I don't remember when and where they get name dropped, and I don't care. We have future vision now. The kids are hiding in the back having fun, which made me a little cynical. Studio Ghibli has a very good understanding of what things make us feel cozy but also adventurous. It gives off the feeling of making like a cool pillow fort basically. I think it's cool, and I kinda hate that because everyone else does too, and I can't be caught acting like everyone else. I have a reputation to uphold, I have dignity. Also, no matter how hard I try to deny myself, the Japanese countryside is my Wakanda. It for real does look this good IRL. You see, I live in the land known as Central California, where the only green I see is shit weed being smoked by teenagers. I would like to move someplace nice and quiet with a lot of greenery, which is why Swiss and German villages are up there for me too. Anyways, we arrive at House Totoro, and Jesus Christ, if this isn't the most Ghibli house I've ever seen. They're set up to make all their shit look like some kind of sensory stimulus toy for adults who like animation. We also have the obligatory large thing in the horizon/sky. Usually it's a cloud, but Totoro's a nature guy, so obviously it has to be a tree this time around. This is the reason you see those Grimes, Genesis, Chinese landscape TikToks that are actually Mongolian be called a Ghibli. It's because the sky is edited to have that. You really, you really just have to be in awe at how good Chinese propaganda is. Another thing my Mangekyo Sharingan noticed was that the characters were outlined differently. Their outlines seemed to be browner, which made them glow and stand out from the backgrounds in a cool way. Very cool. The kids go mess around, and we kind of have to wonder how rich/poor these people are, because this is a pretty big house. So the characters themselves don't seem particularly rich, so I guess it was cheap, plus the house is already falling apart. But I mean, when has I ever stopped price gouging, am I right, guys? Once again, an animated family fun film did not give me the next Better Call Saul cast. Instead, I am supposed to like the characters based off how real they act and how fun they are. Whatever. For the 50th time, I must mention that the characters have very endearing mannerisms and actions. The kids act like kids. The little sister acts like how a little sister would act. It's all very good and works, and yeah, it makes the chill scenes fun to watch because, it's like watching kids being cute in real life. The kids are exploring the house, being adventurous and all, until they have the first SCP encounter. I've lost all ambition or worldly acclaim. I remember my first SCP encounter. Almost got turned uncanny by Mr. Incredible. Ain't that right, guys? We all love SCPs and backrooms and analog horrors, and Skinamarink is the best movie ever, and FNAF and Garden of Banban. Well, actually, Banban's pretty good, so. Yeah, so these bug guys are like in the safe class. They have the ability to move very rapidly in a coordinated manner and fit into small crevices, which I guess, makes them able to expand and compress. Not a very interesting one, but we should stay on the lookout regardless. Not long after, an old lady comes in and mentions him, which made me think for a bit. Are these creatures real, well-known spirits? Is she messing with them? Does that include the Totoros? Well, at the very least, these guys seem to be real, so I guess that's our answer for now. We're not gonna give them some cringy ass number name. They are suit spreaders. That's what they're called. And believe it or not, I've seen these guys IRL. I have them around my house, but they don't really move around like they do in the movie. Anyways, after a storm passes, we finally get to see the mom. She is very sick. Like many stories, we don't know what illness she's got. These sick moms just always have like a super fever and tiredness. She says she's gonna be home soon. She won't. And then we leave and go back to our regularly scheduled programming. Also, just want to point out, May's voice actor is loud as shit. All she does is scream, and the recording booth she is in is made out of fucking concrete or some shit. It just sounds really, really loud. May's playing around because dad is working and Satsuki's at school, which is the prime time to meet our next SCP, Meanie Transparent Bunny Thing. So this guy's harder to catch than the Does Bunny, so obviously that means he is in Euclid class alongside his fellow compatriots. We see that he has the power to turn invisible, kinda. So his invisibility is based on perception, where he can make you not be able to see him even though he is still visible. So if you focus hard enough, you can see him again, like our prodigy May over here. So basically, he has shit invincibility. May chases him around and we find yet another one. Jesus, these guys suck at the job. So this guy's my favorite because he carries around a bag. That's it. He has no powers, no nothing. We chase him around as a metaphor for how humans are the apex predators and care only about expanding our empire through resources. They go into the Wonderland hole and May crashes into it, but then sees it? Makes sense. We go in and chase around till we find the fucking big bad himself. All of a sudden we're in a horror movie and we bear witness to the discovery of a new Keter class entity. So this guy has a way deeper voice than I remember. It's kind of off-putting to be honest, but he uses that for his sonic boom power. His voice is so loud that it shakes the earth around him. Some might say this is a weak attack since it doesn't seem to affect May, but you see, that's not really the case. May is unaffected because she herself is an incredibly powerful entity. Not that I even have to do much convincing since right afterwards she does a similar sonic boom attack. Anyways, enough LARPing. I gotta say, this is their best work yet in terms of animation. The film is also more neatly paced than Cast in the Sky. Cast in the Sky had some great vistas and Grave of the Fireflies had some great character acting, and this movie does both. It was really easy to sit my lazy ass down and actually watch it. There's just so much variety to what we see. It's a real adventure. Grave of the Fireflies had like 2 main settings, and Cast in the Sky has an ever so outdated look to it. Totoro feels like their first truly refined work. And back to LARPing, the dad just finds out that May got lost. Wow, Father of the Year, huh? And we go find her. We find her. She is asleep in the grass, which implies many things. First off, this implies that Totoro has the ability to warp space and work within the dream realm as well as the real world. If you didn't have confirmation then, well here it is. Easily puts him into hyperdimensional. The bush tunnel is another one of those cozy adventure things I mentioned before. Remember when you were a kid and you were role playing over the hedge, so you would try to tunnel through your neighbor's hedge, and then we got caught and had our asses beat? Good times. And these guys get to do that for free without consequences. How nice. So for a while we get some cute character drama cause the dad has to go to work. It's raining, we get an umbrella goose chase. It's actually a nice sequence but not a lot to say. Finally though, we get some action. Satsuki and May, in all their glory, decide it's a good idea to wait in the rain at night to greet their daddy coming back from work, and because he forgot his umbrella. They chillin' and chillin' and chillin' till it happens. So we finally get a good grasp of what Totoro's IQ/battle IQ could be, and well, it's not very high to say the least. But we do see that even a simple jump can cause massive earthquakes. Really makes you think, huh? Anyways, we then get introduced to the final SCP of this movie, Cat Bus. TBH, this guy grosses me out a little. You kind of have to like think about the anatomy of it, you know? It's weird. Great design though. So I don't know how to exactly to classify him. He is hard to contain but not very powerful, so is he Euclid or Keter? He has the ability to morph his body like a bus. He can run really fast and he can fly. So yeah, not very impressive, especially considering Totoro doesn't have a whole lot of trouble traversing the world quickly. Yet he still makes his friend drive him around everywhere and having to go through what I can only assume are immensely painful micro transformations, all because he likes to sit on his ass all day.
He's a bum! He's been a bum! He's been a bum since 86! That's luck.
So the family is reunited and they go back home. At night they set up the Mosquito Fortress, which is very cute and something I should look into when I go back to Mexico. But in the middle of the sleep we get awoken by the Totoro squad dancing around the garden of acorns the sisters planted. Seems like they're just having fun until the seeds begin to grow rapidly. The sisters join in on the fun and Dad is oblivious to this? Of course, it's no surprise. Right now, we are seeing the full extent of Totoro's reality warping powers. Unlike his jobber little bro over here, he can mask himself and his party without being seen. He can also cause his plant to grow, which means he has control over life and death itself, which is just wow. Adding on to that, he just pulled out a fucking spinning gyrotop which spins at such high speeds that it levitates and he can control its trajectory at will. Whether this is through telekinesis or fine motor skills, we don't know. Once again though, he uses other methods to move besides himself because he's one lazy piece of shit. Seriously, what is this movie trying to teach our kids? Oh, and while we don't see him use the top in an offensive manner, it's easy to imagine the sort of shenanigans he can get going with it. I didn't mention it before, but I should now. The music is pretty good, obviously. There's more orchestra, but there still seems to be some synthesizer use, like Castle in the Sky and Grave of the Fireflies. It's really good, like probably their best soundtrack yet. So now, we finally enter the last arc of this movie, which is the Mei retrieval arc. Absolutely badonkers where this one goes. But yeah, Mei and Satsuki are chilling and having fun as per usual when they get a call, telegram, carrier pigeon, I don't remember, that their mother got sicker and is gonna have to stay at the hospital. They get really sad because they were planning all sorts of fun like sleeping on the same bed and giving her stolen corn cobs. So Satsuki is sad and goes to sulk, but Mei takes it like a real fucking man and leaves off to go to the hospital herself. It doesn't go well. Satsuki and the rest of the neighborhood realize a couple hours later that she's missing, so they go on a goose chase. It's pretty tense, but we know all is gonna end well under the careful eye of our Lord and Savior Totoro. This is basically an excuse to show us even more beautiful Japanese countryside landscape shots. Satsuki gives up and goes on the last person left. This is also the second time she cries, which obviously means to me thematically, alongside the first time she cries, but that's too intellectual for me. So anyways, Totoro listens and helps her. He summons Cat Bus instead of like Cat Ferrari or Cat Private Jet. This man does not give a fuck. Well, Cat Bus magically knows where to go and we find Mei sitting alone. This is the hardest part of the story for me to discern whether or not the Totoros are real. Before they all had like plausible deniability, but now it's like, well shit, how the hell did Satsuki find her? If Totoro is fake, then him and gang are essentially a clever way to off-screen resolutions and plot points. Good work, Miyazaki. But anyways, all is saved and we get taken to see the parents. But before they leave, something strange happens. A corn appears on the windowsill, with nary a trace of what could have left it. This could only mean one of two things. Either the cat bus operates at blazing speeds, or it was Mei who works that fast. Holy shit, this is her awakening. From fucking safe to Apollyon. You heard it here first, folks. So the movie ends there and I don't know. I don't really get it, but I have guesses. It doesn't matter anyways because I really enjoyed it. Definitely my favorite Ghibli movie so far. That speaks to how basic my tastes are. Best animation and pacing so far too. Next time is going to be Kiki's Delivery Service, which I know actually nothing about, so that will be fun. Goodbye.